Have you ever wondered how humans managed to spread across every continent on Earth? Because 70,000 years ago, our entire species was living in just one part of the world, Africa. No airplanes, no GPS, no maps. And yet today, humans live everywhere, from the frozen deserts of Antarctica to remote islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So, how did our ancestors conquer the entire planet? The answer is one of the greatest journeys in human history. Everything began in Africa around 300,000 years ago. This is where the first modern humans evolved. For thousands of generations, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. They hunted animals, gathered plants, and traveled in small groups. Then, around 70,000 years ago, something changed. Humans began leaving Africa. Scientists aren't completely sure why. Climate changes may have opened new migration routes. Food shortages may have forced people to move. Or perhaps humans simply wanted to explore. Whatever the reason, small groups slowly moved north into the Middle East. And that was only the beginning. At first, human migration was incredibly slow. Groups moved only a few kilometers each generation. Parents settled in one area. Their children moved slightly farther. Then their grandchildren moved even farther. Over thousands of years, these small movements added up. Humans gradually spread across Asia. But that's not the whole story. The world humans entered was not empty. Other human species already existed. Neanderthals lived across Europe and Western Asia. Denisovans lived farther east. For thousands of years, these human species shared the planet. Some competed. Some even interbred. In fact, many people alive today still carry Neanderthal DNA. Eventually, modern humans became the only surviving human species. And that changed everything. As humans continued moving east, they eventually reached Southeast Asia. But there was a problem. Australia lay beyond open ocean. Humans had never crossed such large stretches of water before. Yet around 65,000 years ago, people somehow accomplished the impossible. They built simple boats, then crossed dangerous seas. This journey made Australia one of the first continents settled outside Africa. The surprising part is that humans reached Australia long before many areas of Europe. That alone completely changes how most people imagine human history. Meanwhile, other groups traveled west into Europe. Europe was harsh. Huge ice sheets covered much of the continent. Temperatures were freezing. Many animals were enormous. Yet humans adapted. They created warmer clothing, built stronger shelters, developed better hunting tools, and produced astonishing cave paintings that still survive today. Humans weren't the strongest animals on Earth, but they were among the most adaptable, and adaptation became humanity's greatest advantage. Here's where it gets really interesting. During the Ice Age, sea levels were much lower than they are today. A massive land bridge called Beringia connected Asia and North America. Around 20,000 to 15,000 years ago, humans crossed this bridge. Some followed giant animals. Others searched for new lands. Once humans entered North America, they spread astonishingly fast. Within only a few thousand years, people had reached the southern tip of South America. That's nearly 15,000 kilometers traveled, mostly on foot. An incredible achievement. But humans still faced one final challenge: the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific contains thousands of islands, separated by enormous distances. Some islands are thousands of kilometers apart. Yet ancient Polynesian sailors reached almost all of them, without compasses, without modern instruments, using only stars, winds, ocean currents, birds, and memory. These navigators settled places like Hawaii, New Zealand, and Easter Island. Their voyages remain among humanity's greatest achievements. For more informative videos like this, please subscribe and like. We'll see you in the next video. Eventually, humans reached nearly every corner of Earth. Only Antarctica remained untouched until modern times. So, how did humans conquer the planet? Not because humans were the biggest, not because they were the fastest. Humans conquered Earth because they could adapt, cooperate, learn, and explore. From a small population in Africa to billions of people living across the globe, humanity's story is ultimately a story of curiosity. And perhaps the most remarkable part is this: our journey isn't over yet.